Ever felt stuck in life, wondering why you're not moving forward? Why do some people achieve their dreams while others only talk about them? Let's uncover the secrets together. Hi, I'm Esther Miner, passionate about guiding you to a personal excellence journey, unlocking your full potential and living your best life. So, I am your to-go-to source for all things that has to do with self-improvement to personal excellence. If you're on a trip to better yourself, increase knowledge, and unlock your full potential, you are in the right place. And here, we dive deep into tips, strategies, and insights that will help you to grow your personal and professional life. And again, I mentioned in my introduction video, I am human. I make mistakes and I am open to correction. Put in the comments. So from mastering new skills to enhancing your quality of life, we covered it all. We uncover it all. We cover it all. So hit the subscribe button, join our community, and let's embark on this journey of self-improvement together. So new videos every week. At least every week. So today we are going to cover 5 common self-improvement mistakes and how to avoid them. And why is this important? Why is it important to avoid them? I'd like you to picture who in your life do you know who has been tied up with the mistakes that we are going to mention? And how do you avoid the mistakes so that you do not end up being like them? So before we discuss the mistakes, what is self-improvement? Self-improvement is the process of enhancing one's knowledge, skills, abilities, and overall well-being through conscious efforts and self-discipline. It's crucial because it propels personal growth, increases self-awareness, improves quality of life, and achieves desired goals. Anyone who seeks to better themselves, regardless of age, occupation, or background, can utilize self-improvement. It works through setting clear goals, learning new skills, adopting positive habits, and continuously elevating and adjusting one's approach based on feedback and outcome. To achieve self-improvement, what are the 5 self-mistakes to avoid? So let's get down into the mistakes. Actually, I'll cover 6 mistakes to avoid so that you can master self-improvement. So the 5 common self-improvement mistakes and how to avoid them. So this is how we are going to do it. We will mention one, explain what it is, and it's actually very simple. I'm sure you've had it before. Maybe you've not had it in the way that I'll say it. Do not complicate it. It is that simple. So we start with the first one. So I'll say the mistake and then how do you avoid it? And that's how we'll go one by one. Actually, I think I'll add one more. We will do 6. So we start with the first one. You know the assuming knowledge? What do I mean by that? Assuming knowledge equals action. Let me give you an example to make it very easy to understand. Have you ever been in a communication or you're talking with friends, or probably you've had it before, and or you've even done it? You know, I'm guilty as charged. I've done this until I knew this was a mistake. When you're talking with someone, explaining something, and you go, I know that. And you're like, what are you talking about? Probably you're talking about a subject that, for example, you're going to ask for business advice to a friend who has never even thought of or dreamt about a business. And they go, oh yeah, I know that. What is going on? What are they talking about? Or what are you talking about when you say you know that? It is called the power of the tongue. There is life and death on this tongue. So once you say, I know, and actually you do not know that, it closes off the brain from wanting to learn. or wanting or like understanding what it is. So how do you avoid this mistake? 2 tips. Number 1, knowing is doing. It is that simple. You want to know how to do it, you do it. And like believing that simply knowing, yeah, I know that. Probably you've heard about it. Yes, you've heard about it, but you don't know it. So if you really want to know it or avoid that mistake, simply is doing it. Simply it is doing it. So the solution to that knowing is doing. The second, instead of saying, I know that, why don't we replace the word with, how can I get to learn how to do that? Who do I have to become so that I can know that or experience that, whatever it is, whatever the context is? And that's how you avoid that. You avoid the I know that syndrome. You replace it. Now once you ask how or who, the brain opens up. And it now gets to work and it gives you the tips. Then you'll get to know. And once you know, it is when you're doing it. Then once you're doing it, you go, okay. You now know it. Like I used to say, doing content, yeah, I know that. I've done this. I've done courses before, but it is actually the same context, but it is different at the same time. So knowing is doing. Let's go to the second one. Oversharing plans with family or friends. You've had that before, right? For example, just if you want a heart surgery, would you go to an orthopedic and schedule an appointment and go like, I'm here for a diagnostics. I was told I need a heart surgery, so I'm here for that. First of all, they will evaluate you quick. If you're okay up here, let's start with that. It is that easy. It is that simple. They will go like, oh, ma'am, yeah, are you okay? What is going on? Yeah, that's how they will do it. Can we go for an assessment? They will assess you if you're okay upstairs. So, if you want like an example of what do I mean by oversharing plans with family and friends? Let's say, let me continue with the example I gave in the first one. Like you want to start a business, you want to do something in that line. You go ask your family about business. First of all, they don't even know from registering it to what even business means. Probably it's just vague. It's selling and buying and selling. But do they know the aspect? Do they know the do's? And if the answer is no, you have no business to go asking for that advice to friends and family. For example, if a friend is in business, yes, you can. But if they're not in business, they've never dreamt about doing a business, they've never thought about doing a business, you have no business. You need an evaluation up here. I hope you're getting what I'm saying. You need an evaluation up here on what's going on. Because number one, that is the number one mistakes we do on self-improvement. Or you've seen someone do it. I am guilty. I've done it before. So number two, it is to avoid that. It is to avoid that solemnly. The same way you cannot go to an orthopedic for a heart surgery, or the example that I just gave, it is that simple. Do not overcomplicate it. I know you've had it before. Do not overshare. All these things. Let them learn. Let them see you doing it. Then they'll be like, when did you start doing this? Then you can talk from there. And that's how it is. So how do you avoid this? How do you avoid it? The solution, the tip, the solution, the strategy. Number one, for example, it's a business. You go to someone who has a successful business under what you're thinking of doing. Or let's say, What if you're going to ask me, what if I don't know what business I want to do? What do I do? First of all, you go to someone who has done business. You research, you go online. It is that simple. Research. Go online, look around in your life. Who has done this? Who has done or who have failed in doing business? Then once you know the failure, then you will know. Or first of all, you start, if you don't know what business you want to do, let me give you a bonus. Do you want a bonus? Let's say, yeah, I've always wanted to do a business, but you don't know what business to do. First of all, start by writing down, what do you hate to do? What have you seen and hated? I've worked before on an exhibition. I was hired, but I quit within 2 hours. Was it between 2 to 3 hours? I quit. So when I started doing business, I made sure that was my number one. I would never do that type of business. So you start by writing what you hate. Then what you love will come up. And then from that list, you work on it and niche down to what you can do. Even when you're sleeping, you can do it. Or you've seen yourself doing it. I'll probably do a video on this. The importance of the kind of dreams you've ever gotten. Anyway, let me stop going off topic. Let's continue. So, where was I? Can someone remind me? I know I was on the number 2. Yes, you now get a mentor who has done business. For example, I have always wanted to be in the space of personal development, coaching, consulting. So when I was doing my research on this, I did my research on who in these countries like United States, Canada, who has experienced these. First of all, someone who is an immigrant, just like me. The color was not that tops, but yes. And they have succeeded to the level that I want to succeed. It's not just someone who started and failed. No, someone who has started, succeeded. I've seen their journey. That is the person I want to learn from. And that's what I did. So I researched. I'll just give you one of my mentors, Dan Locke. He's an immigrant. He succeeded. And he's still thriving. Right now, he's the top up there in this space. So that's what you do. And it is that simple. I'm just going to take a minute to let you digest that, right? All right. So that's the formula. And actually, there's so much more that you can learn. But once you master those, telling family and friends can learn through the way. And don't go for a heart surgeon to an orthopedic, even though orthopedics are great too. Number 3, setting unrealistic goals. What do I mean by that? When I was, like how sometimes you're in life and you're like, yeah, by the time I'm 30 or by the time I'm this, I'll be this. I'm guilty. I've done that. I was like, by the time I'm 30, I'm not saying I am. I'm not quoting anyone's age. And I don't know what's the issue with age, actually. Like how you set goals. By the time, for example, by the time I'm 30, I want to be successful running 20 businesses, making 10 millions. I'm not saying it's a bad goal, and I'm not saying it's an unrealistic goal, but fast. Can we at least set a goal that is? How can you set a? How do I put this? Give me the right downloads. I told you in this channel, in this community, we are up to learning, and correct me if I'm wrong on anything. Like how you set up goals. Like I want to make 10 million and you haven't even made your first 100,000. This is just an example. So when you're setting like a long-term goal, let's start with the small goals. For example, for the YouTube, I had set up a goal. By the time when April 2024 is done, I'll at least have 10 videos up and running. So the first week we tried doing it when you're getting into something, let me tell you, that is when the machines decide not to work. The phone decides this is not it. The desktop decides it's going to shoot a video that is not, it's dragging, those kind of things. So, and I'm feeling the pressure because I had set this goal. So I first started by researching. I want to do YouTube and I want to succeed at it. You start by researching. What is the knowledge? What can you learn about it? And I invested in it and I got the knowledge and I'm doing it. It is that easy. So setting unrealistic goals. You avoid that. How? By setting short, realistic goals. And if you're like me, sometimes you get overwhelmed. I am that kind of person that when I set like a big goal, I'll be overwhelmed. So I set like a daily goal. Let's start by a daily goal. Yes, I set the big ones, but I start by, okay, by the time we get to 10 videos, how many do I need to set to do in a day? And I make sure I'm held accountable. I'll talk about accountability in the coming videos and why it's important and how you can do it. Because we human beings, this is just a bonus tip, we tend to do more for others more than we want to do it for ourselves. I did not say all, I said more, and I'm like that. So like I set a goal and I put it, I'll teach you this, but all I'm saying, I hope you got what I was saying. I hope you get the points, right? And also investing in knowledge. How do you avoid setting unrealistic goals? The next tip is knowledge, investing in skills. Investing in skills. If you want, can you write, you can write on a piece of paper the word skills. SKILL. This is a bonus. So once you write it down, can you cancel the S, the beginning of the S and the end of the S? What are you left with? Kill. So if you don't invest in knowledge, if you do not invest in yourself, you're definitely killing. You're actually killing the self-improvement. You want to avoid setting unrealistic goals. Invest in skills. Invest in the knowledge up here. Then you will avoid to kill your self-improvement journey. Number 4. I'm loving this. You can tell I'm enjoying it, right? I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. Can you put it in the comment? I would love to know by now. What is the one thing that you're like, I've heard of it and I've actually never thought of it. And as you're commenting, can you at least like and let's talk? This is an open channel. We get to talk. We get to know about each other. I'm looking forward to seeing what you have to say, and also remind me on what you want me to do next, to shoot next. I've mentioned accountability and all this fun stuff. You're gonna love it. Number 4, living in a fantasy world. I'm sorry. I told you I'm human. We will do this mistake. This is not AI. You want anything to do with AI? There is so much videos out there where people are not making mistakes. You see me? English is not my first language. So I'll say words in R and L. You understand that going on. So number 4, living in a fantasy world. What do I mean with that? Probably. I hope I deliver this in a way that I really hope you get it. I'm sorry, I'm just enjoying myself and I love laughing like that. So living in a fantasy world, dreaming without doing. How do I put it? Have you seen, this is another mistake to avoid in self-improvement. The fantasy world. Have you seen these videos? And I'm not saying they are wrong, and don't judge me if you're doing it. Or probably you're doing it right. This is just another self-improvement thing that I've done and it didn't work for me. These manifestation things where you see videos on, sit down, you're thinking like, how can I put it? Either you're yogaing, is it called yogaing? I don't know the name. Meditating, that you just manifest. For example, I'm manifesting money right now as I'm just manifesting money. Money will come. I'm not saying that's wrong. But my question is, yes, you just seated thinking of how money will come. Where will it come from? Can someone answer me that? How does that go? I've tried like researching on this, and I've been following that, and I've also checked on the comments, and I'm like, I've been doing this for years. It has never worked. I've not seen any money coming in. My brothers and sisters, can you wake up? Where is it coming from if you're not doing the work? Let's say you just sit down, not doing the work, but you want money to come in. The question is, where is it coming from? But if you've done the work, you're really doing the work, you've researched, you're doing the work, you're going to work, you're doing whatever it is, working on your purpose or doing something that will bring in money, and money is not coming. Meditating, praying, yes, that one I believe you need help. But this one of just sitting down, manifesting, I'm just sitting down, waiting for money to come. There is nothing. Where will it come from? All I'm going to say is wake up and get to work. That's it. That's it. You want self-improvement? You need money. And actually, money is the answer to everything. It is written in the Bible. I'll be quoting the Bible. If you, the Bible is that book where everyone knows about it. Even the ones who don't believe in it, they know about it. So at least I'll be quoting most of the stuff there. It is written that money is the answer to everything. Go ahead. Is it Ecclesiastes 10:19? I believe. If not, correct me if I'm wrong. So you cannot just wait for the money, the answer to come, and you just seated. And if you want self-improvement, it begins with money too. You need money. If you're going to do a video, you need money. What are you going to do video with? Borrow someone's phone? They're going to give you today. What about tomorrow? What are you going to do? That is just an example. You want to start business, you need money. Where will it come from if you've not worked? So how do you avoid that? Get to work. The solution is get to work. There is nothing. There is no other tips. What tips are you waiting for? Wake up. Get to work. That's the only tip I have for that. Let's get to the fifth one. I call it the savior fallacy. Fallacy. Can someone please tell me how you do this? Savior fallacy. Over reliance or external rescue. The mistake. So here the mistake is the savior fallacy. The mistake, and I'm guilty of this, that's why I'm laughing. Where like you're waiting to be saved. You're waiting to be saved. Maybe from family, from friends, or anywhere that you're putting in your head that yes, I know I'm gonna live like this, but I know I'm so and so, or this and this situation is gonna save me. For example, let's say you're waiting on, in terms of family, let's say you're waiting for an inheritance. And then, God forbid, that happens, and then you are not written on the will. And then what? You want to improve yourself. You're doing little things to improve yourself, but you have this idea in your head that you do have like the savior somewhere, which is not even Jesus Christ or God. You have like a person, something, the government, something you've put that is gonna come and save you. So my question is, what if it doesn't? That is a mistake. The saviory thing, you put yourself like, yeah, no one is coming to save you, my brother and sister. Get up. You want self-improvement? No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to save you. Or let me give you another example to drop this home. Have you seen people who, or do you know, or are you guilty of this? Can you tell me in the comments if you're guilty of this? I know I've been guilty of it before. Why lie? You think I was born perfect? This thing of self-help books, courses, motivational videos, all you do is sit, watch them. And then you're like, okay, I read so and so, they succeeded in this and this. I'm now reading because they said reading self-help book works. And now you're seated waiting for your life to change because a book told you that your life can change. Again, this mistake combines with the one I said first, knowing it all. I know that. I've read that book. I don't read book from beginning to finish. I use book. Once I get a book, I look at it. What do I need to know? What can I use now? I don't just take a book and read. I've read books before. It never changed anywhere. So this thing of you're just seated, please, it doesn't work. This is the mistake. Reading self-help, going to these motivational things, all I'm gonna say, it does not work. I'm guilty. I've done that before and it didn't work. I used to sit and imagine myself doing videos, watching other people, and my friends, I'm sure once they see this, they'll be like, yeah, that's my friend. I've always told her she can do it. Yes, they've told me and they know. Probably if you're out there and your friends are telling you can do something, it's because they know you can do it. So that one combines to that mistakes, that fallacy thing. Is that what I was saying, please? Yeah, I'd written them before. So it doesn't work. And this one you combine with knowing is not doing. The solution to this, easy. Knowing is not doing. You want to succeed, it is you do it. You want self-improvement, it is you do it. There is no magic bullet that comes and solves all your problem. Welcome to the world of the living. Welcome to the world of the living. That's all I'm gonna say. And knowing is not doing. Like, yes, once you do, that's when you know. So in terms of listen, for example, like in these tips, the solution, how do you use them? You're gonna sit here, you're gonna listen to me, yes, but how do you use them? You look at one, like in the context of your life right now. I want to improve myself in this. You look at the mistakes, then you're like, I need to start with that one. Maybe it's the know-it-all. Maybe it's telling friends and all these things. Maybe it's getting a mentor. What can you use in your life right now? And use that one. All these tips and strategies that people love, they just love listening to it and no one is doing anything. You look for the one thing that you can use in your life right now to self-improve. So these are 6 mistakes. Yeah, 5, 6 mistakes. I said I will give you another bonus. So what are you going to use in your life right now? And then you start from there. It is that simple. It is what serves you at that particular moment. So at the time that you're going to come across this video, what is the one thing that you're going to use in your life to avoid failing on the journey of self-improvement? And that's it. Can you please tell me in the comments what you're going to use in your life right now at this particular moment by the time you come across this video? What are you going to utilize in your life? And avoid. Because here you're going to learn the tip, what it is, how to avoid it, what to do and how. And it is that simple. Do not, like how we complicate life. Like me, I love complication until I realized the simple it is, the best. There's nothing to overcomplicate. So the 6th one, which is a bonus because I had said 5. The 6th one is constant comparison with constant comparison. Like how we constantly compare ourselves to people. And this one breeds jealousy. So you want to avoid jealousy, stop comparing yourself. Or I'm going to say on this, the mistake is the comparison. The journey of self-improvement, it is start where you are. Stop comparing yourself. I would sit and look at others who have done, for example, the YouTube videos, and I'll be like, oh, I wish I can be like that. Now I start comparing myself. Oh, look at their hair. Look at the makeup. How will I, like that comparison. When I start mine, where I'll do this, and life moves on. How do you avoid this? Start your own race, because you're running your own race. It is that simple. The mistake, constant comparison. How do you avoid it? You're running your own race. So you start where you are with what you have. I was like, how do I do this red lipstick? I don't know what. Where? The way I am is how I am. What will I say? What content will I say? Like this one, where did it come from? My experience. So you start with what you have. So this is just a bonus, like constant comparison. That's the mistake. That's the bonus mistake. And how do you avoid it? Easy. You run your own race. You start where you are and with what you have. Probably if you're thinking like, how do I start with what I have? I have very minimum resources. I actually don't know what I have. Can you write in the comment? I'll tell you what you have. And it is that simple. Because comparing yourself, it leads to feeling inadequate and discouragement. How do you avoid discouragement? It is start where you are. And actually my friend has always told me this. Just start. Thank you. You know who you are. Thank you so much. Because I was like, no, I don't have enough makeup. Where? Do I have any right now? Just get a Vaseline, apply on my lips. My brain is working. My mouth is working. I come here and I deliver. And I'm enjoying. I hope you can tell I'm enjoying myself. I hope you're enjoying yourself as much as I am. So that's it. And this is it. It is that simple. You start with what you have. And stop comparing. I was saying, in short, start with what you have. That's the solution to this. I said I'll be giving the tips and the solution. The mistake, the solution. You start with what you have. And you're running your own race. So run your own race. Let me give you a scenario. You know when two people are running on a race, how do you end up getting the number one and also the last one? It's because one thing happens when two people are running or more. One person is razor focused on where they are going, on their race, and something will just happen subconsciously. Probably they're usually not even conscious. Someone will adjust to the other as they are running. There's always number one, number two. So one of them will adjust to the other person's pace. Have you ever seen people who have tied on a race? How do you think that happens subconsciously? One of them will adjust to the other person's race. And they'll either tie or they'll be number one and number two just this close. Everyone is running their own race. And the energy that you're using to compare yourself, there's a solution. This is just another tip. You see the same energy that was sitting, watching other people's YouTube video, watching someone else doing something that I want to do in life. Guess what? This is so shocking. It is the same energy that you use to work on yourself. The same energy I was sitting down looking, wishing, thinking, overthinking, and all these things. It is the same energy that I am using right now to do what I am doing right now, what I've always wanted to do. It is the same energy. And those are the tips. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments what you're going to utilize, what's going on, what have you utilized. Just look for the one. Only one. That's why I gave actually 5 with a bonus 6. Because there's no point of giving you 10, then you're going to start overthinking. Let me know in the comments the one that you're going to use in your life, according to the context of your life where you are right now. So today we've navigated through 6 pivotal self-improvement mistakes: confusing knowledge with action, oversharing plans without strategic support, setting unrealistic goals, living in a fantasy without actionable efforts, expecting an external savior to solve our challenges, and the draining habit of constant comparison. Understanding these pivotal is the first step towards meaningful, sustainable self-improvement. It's crucial to translate what we know into what we do, choose our confidence wisely, set achievable goals, ground our dreams in reality, rely on ourselves and focus on our unique journey. Remember, the path to self-improvement is personal and progressive. It's about bettering yourself at your own pace, with your own standards. Every small step you take is a victory in its own. Stay committed, stay focused, and most importantly, stay patient with yourself. Yes, patient with yourself. Thank you for joining me in exploring these common self-improvement mistakes. Your dedication to growing and learning inspires me to share these insights. Together, we are building a community that lifts each other up. One where we can learn from our mistakes and stride confidently towards our goal. If you found value in today's video, please give it a thumbs up. You see? I know it's going. Thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. And I'd love to hear about your journey and any lessons you've learned along the way. So please, leave your stories and insights in the comments below. Let's continue to support each other. And remember, we are our best guide on this journey on self-improvement. My name is Esther Minor. You are productive than you think.